Real Madrid is dominating headlines with incredible performances and tough decisions. We've got Toni Kroos singing the praises of Federico Valverde. Then, Jude Bellingham reveals a painful mistake that impacted his season. We're also looking at Real Madrid's midfield targets, with a PSG superstar topping the list. And we're diving deep into Bellingham's injury struggles and what it means for his future. You do not want to miss this. Stick around and hit that subscribe button and notification bell.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the Pop Sockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
He's playing brilliantly at the moment. Toni Kroos pays special tribute to a Real Madrid star. Former professional Toni Kroos is full of praise for Real Madrid's Federico Valverde ahead of their Champions League clash with FC Bayern Munich. Kroos, acting as a co-commentator, singled out Valverde as a key threat, emphasizing how brilliantly the Uruguayan is playing right now. He highlighted Valverde's quality and crucial mentality, noting his vital role for Real Madrid. Valverde is undeniably one of Europe's most informed players. He particularly demonstrated his importance against Manchester City in the Champions League, scoring a hat-trick in the first leg. With Dani Carvajal absent, Valverde has even worn the captain's armband, contributing significantly to 20 goals in 42 matches this season, often playing out of position at right-back. Kroos, who shared 187 matches with Valverde, winning multiple Champions League and La Liga titles together, acknowledged the challenge Bayern Munich's defense faces. Fans are buzzing about Valverde's current form and his leadership qualities. Analysts point to his versatility and impact on both ends of the pitch as crucial for Real Madrid's success. Don't go anywhere, because what Jude Bellingham is revealing next will shock you. Get ready for the inside scoop on Real Madrid's midfield plans. I shouldn't have done it. Jude Bellingham reveals the mistake he still regrets. Jude Bellingham has opened up about his shoulder injury, expressing deep regret for continuing to play through pain instead of undergoing surgery sooner. He detailed how the injury, sustained at Borussia Dortmund, worsened after a fall, causing immense pain when it dislocated again against Rayo Vallecano. The sensation was so intense that it felt like an eternity until medical staff reset the joint. Despite advice to have surgery, Bellingham chose to play on during his first year at Real Madrid, fearing he would let the team down and miss 3 months. He admitted that the psychological toll of potentially redislocating his shoulder significantly impacted his performance, preventing him from playing at his best. He realized that he couldn't take winning for granted and is now focused on regaining his peak physical condition. Supporters are rallying behind Bellingham, understanding the immense pressure he faced. Experts are analyzing how this period might have shaped his resilience and future approach to injury management. But Real Madrid's focus isn't just on current stars, they're planning for the future. We're revealing their top midfield targets, including a PSG superstar. Real Madrid targets for midfield, PSG superstar top choice, Rodri Plan B, ex-Academy ace Plan C. Real Madrid has identified signing a new midfielder as a top priority for the upcoming summer transfer window, driven by the need to fill the void left by Toni Kroos and Luka Modric. The club is considering a range of options, from global superstars to promising young talents. According to Cadena SER, PSG's Vitinha remains Real Madrid's primary target for reinforcing the midfield next season, with discussions having quietly progressed since October. Vitinha is expected to defer any decisions until PSG's current season, including their Champions League campaign and League One title race, is concluded. However, Real Madrid plans to make a decisive move within the next month. As a backup, Manchester City's Rodri is considered Plan B. Real Madrid has reacted positively to recent comments from Rodri, which hinted at a potential move. The third option is former academy player Nico Paz. Real Madrid intends to exercise a buyback clause for Paz, estimated at around €12 million, to assess his potential within the squad and determine his role. Fans are eagerly discussing the potential midfield shakeup, with Vitinha generating the most excitement. Football analysts are weighing the pros and cons of each target, considering their impact on team dynamics and long-term strategy. And speaking of players overcoming challenges, Jude Bellingham is opening up like never before. Get the full story on his agonizing shoulder injury. I've never felt so much pain. Jude Bellingham made mistake delaying shoulder surgery as Real Madrid star admits fears affected his performances. Real Madrid superstar Jude Bellingham has candidly shared the excruciating pain he experienced after dislocating his shoulder, admitting that postponing corrective surgery was a significant error. He revealed that the constant fear of re-injury severely hampered his ability to perform at his elite level. Despite receiving advice to undergo an operation during his tenure at Dortmund, Bellingham chose to play through the discomfort to avoid letting his team down. Bellingham underwent surgery in the summer and missed the initial months of the current season. He recounted the harrowing experience of dislocating his shoulder against Rayo Vallecano in November 2023, describing the agonizing 90 seconds it took for medical staff to reset the joint. He stated, "Everything started on the day of the game against Rayo. It was the most painful sensation I had ever been through until that moment. I've never felt so much pain." He noted that previously, he could reset it himself. He confessed that he had been advised to have surgery as early as his final season at Dortmund, but opted against it to avoid missing crucial tournaments. "I knew something wasn't right, but it was August-September and the World Cup was in December, so I didn't have the surgery," he recalled. He believed he had recovered until the incident at Real Madrid. "Everyone told me I had to have surgery, but it was my first year at Real Madrid and I didn't want to leave the team stranded and be out for 3 months," he explained. He also considered the timing after losing the Euro final, realizing that would have been the ideal moment for surgery. Bellingham acknowledged that the psychological burden of a potential re-injury prevented him from playing at his usual world-class standard, leading to a noticeable dip in his statistics compared to his debut season. "The shoulder injury had a lot of effect on my body. I didn't have much pain, but playing knowing that if I fall it could come out again meant I couldn't be at my best level," he admitted. He concluded, "Last year made me understand that I couldn't take winning again for granted. Now I'm better physically, and I can return to being at my level." The Real Madrid star is determined to regain his top form as the team enters a critical Champions League quarterfinal against Bayern Munich. His dip in performance this season, with fewer goals and assists compared to his debut year, is stark. With the psychological fear of re-injury diminishing, his physical recovery will be key as Madrid competes for the La Liga title. And that wraps up our deep dive into Bellingham's journey. Stay tuned for our rapid-fire outro, where we recap all the top stories. Toni Kroos is raving about Federico Valverde's brilliant form for Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham regrets delaying his shoulder surgery, admitting it impacted his game. Real Madrid is targeting PSG's Vitinha as a top midfield priority, with Rodri as a backup. And Jude Bellingham details the agonizing pain and psychological toll of his shoulder injury. That's all the news you need to know today. Make sure you're subscribed to news and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update. Follow us on all our social media channels for more exclusive content. Let us know in the comments which story you found most shocking. See you next time.